For more than 80 years, aircraft carriers have ruled the oceans. They are floating air bases, symbols of global power, and the backbone of modern naval warfare. But somewhere between the edge of space and the surface of the sea, a weapon was created with a single purpose: to kill aircraft carriers, not damage them, not scare them, but to make them irrelevant. This is the story of the missile designed to end naval supremacy as we know it. To understand why this missile matters, you need to understand the value of its target. A modern aircraft carrier costs over $13 billion, and that's before counting its air wing, escort ships, and thousands of crew one carrier strike group represents. Air superiority, power projection, political influence. Wherever a carrier sails, national attention follows. For decades, carriers were untouchable, protected by layers of radar, interceptor missiles, fighter aircraft, and electronic warfare. But there is a problem. Aircraft carriers are huge. They are among the largest moving objects on Earth, and in the age of satellites, being big means being visible. An aircraft carrier's greatest strength is also its greatest weakness. It cannot hide. From orbit, satellites can track carrier strike groups in near real time. Over-the-horizon radars can detect them hundreds, even thousands, of kilometers away. Drones, submarines, and electronic intelligence fill in the gaps. And while carriers can maneuver, they cannot outrun a missile traveling at several kilometers per second. The ocean is vast, but a carrier leaves a signature everywhere it goes. Once detected, the question becomes simple: can it be hit? This question led to a new class of weapon, one that doesn't fight the carrier's defenses head-on. Instead, it overwhelms them. The missile designed to kill aircraft carriers is not just fast. It is hypersonic, maneuverable, precision-guided, networked with space-based sensors. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles, this weapon does not follow a predictable arc. After launch, it can adjust its path mid-flight. In its terminal phase, it maneuvers violently, zigzagging to evade interceptors. By the time defenders see it clearly, there are seconds left. This missile was designed from the ground up to defeat everything a carrier group relies on for survival. Hitting a moving ship at sea is not easy. So, how does this missile do it? The answer is sensor fusion. The missile does not work alone. It is part of a kill chain that includes surveillance satellites, maritime patrol aircraft, drones, over-the-horizon radar, real-time data links. The carrier is tracked continuously. Its projected movement is calculated. Targeting data is updated even after the missile is launched. In the final moments, the warhead activates its own seeker, radar, infrared, or both, locking onto the carrier's massive heat and radar signature. At hypersonic speed, even a near miss can be catastrophic. Carrier strike groups are protected by some of the most advanced air defense systems ever built. But they were designed for a different era. Most naval interceptors are optimized for aircraft, cruise missiles, traditional ballistic threats. Hypersonic anti-ship missiles break these assumptions. They fly too fast, they maneuver unpredictably, and they reduce reaction time to mere seconds. Even if one missile is intercepted, the real threat comes from saturation. You don't fire one missile at a carrier, you fire 10 or 20 or more. Defenders must succeed every time. Attackers only need to succeed once. Aircraft carriers are heavily armored, but they are not invincible. A hypersonic impact delivers enormous kinetic energy. Even without a large warhead, the force alone can disable flight decks, destroy radar and command systems, ignite fuel and munitions, render the ship combat ineffective. And here's the critical point: a carrier doesn't need to sink to be defeated. If aircraft can't launch or land, the mission is over. A $13 billion ship becomes a liability overnight. This missile doesn't make aircraft carriers obsolete yet. but it changes how they are used. Carrier groups are now forced to operate farther from enemy coastlines, rely more on long-range aircraft, depend on submarines, drones, and stealth platforms. Naval power is shifting from concentration to distribution. Instead of one massive platform, future warfare favors smaller assets, greater dispersion, networked lethality. The era of uncontested carrier dominance is ending. Aircraft carriers once ruled the seas because nothing could touch them. That era is over. Today, a missile launched from land or sea or even from deep inland can threaten the most powerful warship ever built. This doesn't mean carriers are finished, but it does mean this. For the first time in modern history, the oceans are no longer a sanctuary, and the balance of naval power is changing faster than anyone expected. If this video helped you understand how warfare is changing, subscribe to the channel. The next conflict may already be taking shape.